Okay, so welcome to our new episode of BN Talks. A little bit of Lithuanian version because we will be talking about Lithuanian things with Geoffrey Lauvergne, former Žalgiris player. So welcome, Geoffrey. You'll be actually my first guest. It's my first time doing this kind of interview, so I hope it will go fine. Of course, I wanted to talk firstly about some things that are about ASVEL. Yeah, you had a coaching change recently, Pozzecco. Yeah. A very emotional person who already we saw some videos of him giving like motivational speeches to the team, yeah. And what is your like reaction when you see him go from Italy national team where he's all emotional, he is jumping on Giannis, and now suddenly he is your coach?
Listen, I trust him. We will see. I trust him because I also trust the team. I think we got good players. It may take time. Without lying to anybody, we try to win as much game as possible in Eurolygos, but we don't have the goal of going to Final Four or whatever. Our goal is to win the French League, and we have a few months to play better and better. And I think he will help us. He will help us definitely.
ASVEL started the EuroLeague season with 5 losses in a row. Do you think that this team isn't showing that full potential do you have? And where do you see that unfulfilled potential, where team can grow?
We have a team with many players without experience of EuroLeague who are great individually, they have talent, but as you know, EuroLeague it's particular league, and you have to know your opponent. When you play against those guys since many years, you almost know everybody. For some of them, is not the case. When to stop the fast break, some little stuff like this. But at the end, it's a lot. It's a lot. So this is why I say it may take time, but I believe we can do something good.
Yeah. You said a lot of good words about Žalgiris while playing here, but last year you didn't get a chance to play really in Žalgirio Arena because of the injury. What is your emotions right now coming for this game against Žalgiris?
It was an amazing experience for me. I really enjoyed to play here. The organization and the people from the club are just amazing. So yeah, it's for sure a particular feeling to be back here and to play against Žalgiris. But there is not many players beside Yankee to play all their life for the same club. So
yeah,
that's part of our job, and I have amazing memories about those 2 years.
When I was following you on Instagram, the time when you were playing in Žalgiris, I remember that you were one of those rare foreigners that really got into Lithuanian history. You were visiting.
Yeah, I'm always interested about visiting the historic part of a country or a city. I read also a book about Lithuanian history, which is much bigger than what people thought because the country was so much bigger too. So now it's interested, and also there is history about basketball. History about basketball. It's it was the reason why I came here, but with Soviet Union, blah blah blah. It was really, and the last few months with the conflict when it started in Ukraine, I understand how much it impacts people here and why. It was also for me as a French guy, it was different. Also, I could take a little bit more perspective than you guys, but it's also helped me to understand what was your feeling.
Yeah, what maybe historical place or historic event left you this biggest wow about Lithuania?
You talk about what, right?
Yeah, maybe an event or maybe a place. It's of your choosing.
I mean, Mindaugas King was interesting. Trakai also. I really love this place. It's so beautiful. Yeah, I will say this was. I maybe forget some part, but those two things was the two things who impact me the most and I remember the most.
Yeah. Also wanted to talk about that second season with Žalgiris. So we all know that it didn't go that really as planned. You didn't get the results that you wanted. What do you think the team lacked the most in that second year, looking right now to that season?
You know, it's a great, it's a really good question. I think it's really hard to answer this question. I have been in place. I will take some example. My first season in Fenerbahce, we finished the season. We lost 4 games in Eurolygos. We were first. We were playing amazing. We changed only a few players, and the player we bring was amazing player. Nando De Colo, Williams. I don't remember, and I want to go quick, but. And then we start to lose, and we were not even on. I mean, we were close from the playoff. I think we were going up when the season stopped because of COVID. Why? The coach didn't change. Nothing changed. The second season, the first season in Žalgiris was amazing season. One of the best of my career about how we were playing together. The atmosphere on the team and everything. We changed also a few players, but we also kept many. And the second year was really hard to build something. I don't know, you know. You got here probably the best GM in Europe, and he didn't find a way to fix it. You know, it's really hard when maybe you make mistake on few position about the player you sign, or you sign player with less experience. I don't know. It's maybe a lot of things, and it's also then it's get emotional. When you start to lose, the team lose confidence, and so I don't know. But if one day I'm so sure about everything, I will become GM.
Good point. Yeah, Martin Schillerio. Yes, you mentioned that first season he had. You really played good basketball, like 17 wins in the first season in Euroleague. Yeah, close to the playoffs. And the second season comes, and Martin Schillerio goes out in 3 or 2 games. Yeah. Looking right now, how that season panned out, did that coaching carousel, coaching changes, were they really the team needed this to change coaches maybe?
I don't know. You know, at this time, okay, it's really clear that Martin Schillerio and his type of coaching and was also part of the reason why I wanted to resign in Žalgiris and why I wanted to stay here. But then when the things go wrong, as much as it was going wrong at the beginning of the second season, you know, I was also trusting Paulius about changing coach because it's always the how to say. Is the easiest way to make everybody react. It's like this in ASVEL this year. It's always like this. Coach is a really tough, beautiful and really tough job. Sometimes I'm asking myself if I want still doing something in basketball when I'm done playing, and I'm like, wow, no, it's too hard. It's too hard. It's thanks the player and because of the coach all the time, and so you know he changed the coach because he couldn't fix the team basically, and this is I won't say it was too quick or whatever. I don't know. That's that's his job, and he's doing it really good. So
yeah, Schillerio tried to adopt this American basketball mentality. He came from the G League. Yeah, what the parts of this American basketball mentality could be really good in European basketball that you saw from Schiller's game?
I don't know if he had American mentality. You know, like he's a new generation of coach. I don't know if it was American mentality. No, for me, no. Especially, I spent a few years in US, and I can tell you that it was much more structured than everything I have seen in US. So, no, it's as simply as the fact that he may be responsible at this time for the player we sign. I talk about when we were in the second season. So he might be responsible about this, and but beside this, I think he was a good coach. Can't complain about it, honestly, and I even like him a lot. So, but also, as I say, it's a tough job. You get fired from a EuroLeague team, then you have no job for a year. You go somewhere else. If the things don't go right away, then again the coach is changing first, way before the player. No player get fired anymore, almost. We had player in the team, but I mean, except if you do something crazy and your behavior is a disaster. But beside this, and now I'm talking like an old guy a little bit, but trust me, sometimes there is nothing to do with the coach. There is many different ways to have success. Just everybody needs to go on the same direction, and just sometimes as a player it's easy to think that you know everything and you can do different, but never work.
I've read your first interview when you came to ASVEL from Žalgiris, and you said that you really expected to resign with Žalgiris. I don't remember the contract situation, maybe it was +1. Why did you parted ways with Žalgiris? I will ask you like that. Why didn't you come to an agreement to stay in Kaunas for 1-2 years?
Because it was, I guess, after COVID, and the club Žalgiris reduced a little bit the budget, and also ASVEL came with a 4 years contract, which is in a career of basketball, it's pretty rare. So they showed me big trust. I was also happy to be back home after so many years outside of the country. So it was also a great challenge. Okay, like I told you, last year I didn't play for all the season. This year it starts kind of slow, but as I mentioned also, our goal is at the end of the season. And this was also a reason why I decided to resign here really early in the season, after a few months, because I want stability. I have changed team too much, and it was not because of my wish, but because of the basketball career of a player. You have to take decision and to take the best. Not every month, but every year sometimes. But I already had the strong wish to establish myself somewhere when I'm feeling good, to establish relationship with the people from the club, from the team, my teammates, instead of moving around. So I was feeling great here, and I decided to stay as long as possible. But then also sometimes things goes wrong, and it's like this. But this doesn't change my mind about everything I have lived in Žalgiris and how much I love people from the club. It's basketball life.
Obviously, you had a lot of talk. I guess you had a lot of talk with Pauliaus Motiejūnas when you were at Žalgiris. Right now, he became the CEO of the Euroleague. How did you react to the news when Žalgiris GM becomes such an important person in Euroleague? And how do you think he will cope in this position?
No, I'm not so surprised about. I'm not so surprised about this. You know, like he's a machine. You know, like. So, not surprised. You know,
he's
he will do
goal-oriented.
Yeah, for sure. But you can be goal-oriented and be a nice person too, and he's.
Yeah. Also, we saw the last games of Pauliaus Jankūno's basketball career.
Yeah,
yes.
Great memory.
What I would ask you like this: what did you learn from these two seasons from Paulius about captaincy, about leadership, about how to run the locker room? What were your main things that you get from Paulius?
But lead by example, you know, like you don't need to talk that much. You get coach for this, and again, their job is not for everybody. It's too difficult. So to be a good captain, you don't need to be a coach. You don't need to be a coach. You just need to show example, and this is what he was doing. He had an amazing career. All his life for the same club, okay, beside 1 year. He was building the team spirit also. You know, we were doing many things as a team, going out, blah blah blah, dinner. It was, and okay, and then also character. The way he finished was. His last Euroleague game was unbelievable.
Was this one of the biggest highlights maybe from that season? That Zvezda game where he really carried the team.
I mean, for sure, with the disaster of this season, for sure, it was the best moment of the year.
Yeah, and this summer he became the director of Žalgiris. What do you think are his qualities with what he can thrive in this position?
I mean, everybody know him, everybody respects him as a person and not only as a player. So, you know, and Žalgiris is so big in Lithuania, so you need a player, I mean a ex-player who bring everything together, and is definitely the one. So, yeah, he will do good. I'm not worried about it.
I wanted to end our talk with the question about your future, because you are 32 years old. I'm asking about Paulius because I think you are looking at Paulius like as an example when you're finishing your career. Yeah. What do you plan after your career, and maybe do you look at Paulius as an example how to go from professional basketball to an office job, or maybe from professional basketball to coaching? What is your perspective, basically?
I mean, I'm already doing many things beside basketball, and since a few years already. To make long story short, I'm opening a grocery store, and I'm doing some construction in France. So this is my second life beside basketball. I enjoy it too, by the way. It's also, you know, it's also because I realized and I love basketball so much, and I have done this for all my life. Basically, I was practicing every day since I'm, I don't know, 8 or 9, you know. So I realized that one day it's going to stop. And I was so afraid about it, so I needed to do something who prove me that I can do something else. And then there is a life after basketball. So it took me a few hours every day, more during the summer, obviously. And I enjoy it. I enjoy it because it's also, I prove to myself that I can do something else than playing basketball. But even with this, the more the time goes and the more I'm doing on my second life, the more I'm like, hey, I would like to do something in basketball. I don't know exactly why yet, and what especially. I mean, why? Because I love basketball, but why to don't stop completely? You know, like sometimes you have a book, you turn the page, and it's over. You know, so I don't know if I will be able to do this, and I also don't know what to do and where. It's going to be in France for sure, because as I mentioned, everything I'm doing beside basketball is in France, and it's too, I mean, the more I grow, the more it's gonna get complicated to live away from France. I keep this possibility for until I'm done playing basketball, but then it will not be possible after this. So I don't know. Maybe in ASVEL, maybe I don't know. I will see. But to answer your question, yeah, for sure, this is something a little bit more. What Yankee is doing is something more. How to say? It's not like coach. Coach, you lose 3 games, you out, and the career is almost over, even if you're a good coach. And then you have to move to go to play to coach in a different city, in a different country, and it's. I have suffered about this as a player. I don't want to do it again as a coach. But yeah, GM or something around this on the office, you know, to this could be definitely something could interest me a lot.
Yeah, really good words to end this episode. Thank you, Geoffrey. So, because you reacted really fastly, I had to, like, in 2 hours to get ready to go to Kaunas from Vilnius. And so I really thank you very much. And I hope this will be an entertaining episode for you. Lukas Katilius, Basket News out, Geoffrey Lauvergne, ASVEL Villeurbanne.
Ačiū.
Ačiū, kad žiūrėjai šį podcastą. Paspausk like, taip bus pamatys dar daugiau žmonių, arba prenumeruok kanalą ir gausi informaciją iš karto. Nuo dar daugiau turinio BN+.